Okay? But Joseph is so bad. Let me take that back. God is so bad that you can be put in prison and not be a prisoner. Yes, God is so bad that you can be locked up and still be walking around free. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Okay, so this is what Joseph's conditions were. He was in prison, locked up, but he was walking around free. Joseph became one of the prisoners that was telling all the other prisoners what to do. And then he turned around and didn't have his warden watching over his back. The scripture says that the warden wasn't even concerned about what was going on in his own prison because he trusted Joseph. Faithful. Trusted Joseph to do what he was supposed to be doing. Okay, so when God gets ready to come into your situation, come into your circumstances, it don't matter what your circumstances look like. It don't matter what's going on in your situation. God will turn that thing so far around so you won't even recognize it when it comes back the next time. Have you ever had the same situation come up again, but you treat it a whole different way? You might have been broke 3 years ago when you thought all hope was lost. You was crying, dying, calling everybody, trying to figure out what was going on, taking on every loan, going to every payday place in the city. Y'all know how we do trying to make it right. We doing all of that, going and went to every church, went to faith missions, everybody. Y'all know telling the truth. They went to everybody trying to figure out what you need to do to make this situation work. That was about 3 years ago. But now it's something happening. Right now you look at that thing and say, okay God, I ain't got nothing to do with it. You gotta do this. This is called an impossible situation. The last time I checked out with human and I can't do nothing that you wouldn't let me do. If you don't come down and do it, then it won't be done. You have to start talking to God like you know him and he knows you. See, the thing is, we talk to God like he is somebody we don't know, a stranger. You scared to talk to him. God, I don't know if I should be saying this. Yeah, you should, because he can read it anyway. You might as well say it. Tell him, God, I'm going to tell you what, because see, this right here, this ain't me. Not knowing what I'm going to eat, this ain't me. I like to eat. I'm not know what I want to eat. So I'm going to need you to do something like 6 o'clock. That's what time it is. You have to talk to him. He needs to know that you trust him. You don't go to nobody, talk to nobody asking to do something that you don't believe can handle the situation. Okay, I don't come to y'all and say, look, all right, I just need to pay what y'all know this. I don't know if y'all want to help me pay my car note. What I look like talking to you? You got your own car note. What I look like talking to brother or you know, my car note needs to be paid. I got till 6 p.m. Turn it in, what we gonna do? What I look like going to him? I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what corporate finances look like. I don't know if he's nice enough to even help me. See, we know corporate's mouth all the time, but you ask him for some money, he might not even around. So I'm gonna go to who I know to get the job done. You know what I'm gonna say, babe? The car note is due. Now, I don't know what you're going to do. But you got to do something. Because see, I ain't got no job. Ain't nothing dropping in the bank account with my name on it. I want you to know. That means it's in your hands. That's how we got to go to God. God, I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know how you're going to accomplish this, but I can't do it. Matter of fact, I realize that I've never been able to do it. And every time I thought I was making situations better, you were right there coming in studying and putting stuff together and behind the scenes working things out so the payday loan people can say, no, yeah, don't give her $50 because she gonna stay right here until. It's time out for going to God like we don't know him. You know him. It's time out for letting him sit in the back and you don't bring him to the front. We got to start doing God like Joseph did God. You ain't see in the scripture, nowhere in the scripture where Joseph went in like my baby Christian when she gets sidetracked and she gets sad, she drops in. We ain't read nowhere that Joseph did that. Next thing we know, Joseph in prison. This is everything. You know, hey, they gonna throw him in jail, and guess what? The next scripture pops up, Joseph in jail. We didn't see nowhere when he was throwing a fit, having a problem because he was in jail. When he was in there, if y'all read further, when he was in there, Joseph was counseling other people in jail.
Wow, man. Wow.
But when we get in our current situations and conditions, we can't help nobody. Look, this is just like to talk to you because, you know, I'm going through what's going on with that because I'm going through too. Everybody going through. You need to get your life, do what you gotta do. Make it work. I'm having to make it work. Everybody got problems. No, you can't be doing people like that. Huh? Can't be doing people like that, but we do because we're so caught up in what we're going through that we don't help other people. And you don't understand that you helping people, my God, is what's going to get you out of the situation that you're in. See, the reason why Joseph got out of prison wasn't because he was just so great praying and he was fine and fine. I like Joseph. That ain't why he got out. He got out because he was helping people. At the end of the day, he helped somebody with their dream. And when they got out of prison, he told them, he said, remember me. And when he went to the palace, when he went to Potiphar's house again, Potiphar was having a problem. See, he's having a problem. See, people need you before you need them. They'll turn their back on you, they'll throw you in jail, they'll give you up to the police, they'll do all this kind of stuff, but they'll need you before you need them. And so, you know, Joseph is in prison doing what he do, counseling people, walking around the streets, doing what he gotta do, getting his meal first, you know, making sure everybody else they meal, you know, doing things, his little eyes and ends, going around talking to people, how you doing today, prisoner number 121, I just want to come by and check on you and see how you doing, you know, and they sitting there talking about, hey, Joe, glad you could stop by, you know, a lot of us in here, and we appreciate you getting around to everybody, and, you know, he's doing what he got to do in prison. All of a sudden, he was called for.
Yeah.
He was called for. When he was called for, he probably was called to do his job. And see, Joseph was in prison practicing. See, y'all don't get in your situation and practice prayer. You don't do that. You get in your situation, you practice worry. Huh? You practice having a fit. You practice calling people. That's why it's so easy for you to do it, because you practice so much, it's just calm. But Joseph was in prison practicing what he was supposed to do. When he was in prison, he was praying and counseling. Yes. When he was in prison, he was leading and guiding. So when he got out, it was only coming for him to pray, lead, and guide. Because when they called him, that's what they called him to do. Are y'all hearing what I'm trying to tell you? When you're in your condition, you gotta be practicing what you're supposed to be doing. Because if you don't practice what you're supposed to be doing, when you're called on, you won't be ready. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Now that makes a difference between him staying in prison and getting out. Because he could have went to Potiphar and gave him the wrong interpretation of his dream, and guess what would have happened? He would have went right back to prison. situation, and you're going to be given much, and then you're going to do what you got to do a whole lot to keep it. But what you got to realize is that you got to do a whole lot to get it in the beginning. To whom much is given, much is required. The scripture, Psalm the 23rd Psalm, means a lot